House of Cards is proud to present the comedy of John Lewis! Well, I am a magician. This time I'm doing comedy, but as a magician I was the children's entertainer at the Cincinnati Zoo for 2 years. I never missed a show. I figured they shot their own gorilla. Imagine what they do to me. I lived in mortal fear of a kid walking into my area. Yeah, well, Abraham Lincoln once said, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. These are the people who wound up in my audience. Yeah. But, you know, it doesn't always pay well being a magician. Yeah, I did a club and they couldn't pay me anything at the club, but they said, you can have everything you take off the door. So I went home with 2 hinges and a doorknob. But I was a weird child. Yeah, when I was young, I felt like a man in a woman's body. Then I got born. Yeah, I tell you what, when I was little, I'd watch The Wizard of Oz. And instead of just enjoying it, I'd say, if water kills the witch, why does she have open buckets of it laying around? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, do you have open buckets of sulfuric acid in your house? But, you know, that's how I think. I mean, the quarantine, how many of you didn't like the quarantine? Yeah, I tell you what, there were times when I felt like if I died and went to hell, I'd come back to my own living room. And I didn't change my clothes very much in the quarantine. I put on my boots, and I noticed they were kind of stiff, and then I realized, no, that's my socks. Yeah, I didn't like the way advertisers treated us. They wanted us to say, we're all in this together. Yeah, we're in this together when you pay my mortgage. But that's just the way businesses are. I didn't like the way, like, I got health insurance, and they said you have a deductible. Listen, if it makes me pay more, how is it a deductible? Yeah, that's right. You know, or they say you have a $500 copayment. It's a copayment when you pay half of it. Yeah. But I try to cope. I mean, think like me, I try to cope. I read a book called How to Be More Patient. Well, I mean, I just skimmed it. Who has the time? But I am dating again. I'm dating again. Woohoo! Yeah. I am a living testimony to the statement that you don't know somebody until you marry them. That's right. Boy, was I drunk at that weekend in Las Vegas. But, you know, everything changes when you get older. I mean, if I say I'm going steady, it means I haven't fallen and I don't need a cane. Yeah, it's why old people wear New Balance shoes. But, you know, growing old is the process, the transition where you go from your favorite cookie being oatmeal raisin, where your favorite cookie is double stuffed Oreo to oatmeal raisin. Yeah. So true. But men have to have constant approval. They do. A woman could clean a house from top to bottom, and if a guy throws away a Dixie cup, he wants to be high-fived for his half of the work. That's true, that's true. But, you know, I have a problem with that kind of thing, too. I take things too literally. I was at a gas station, and I bought a Pepsi, and as I left, the woman at the cash register said, hey, have a good one. And I thought, aren't they all the same? I don't know. But, you know, I try to cope. I like playing games. I love playing the whack-a-mole game. If you think about it, that whack-a-mole game, it's an early version of a pop-up blocker. Yeah. My brother, he used to play a lot of Candy Crush. Not the video game. My Halloween Candy and a hammer. Yeah, well, people say, John, do you like playing Angry Birds? I get enough of those on the freeway. But games change. Games are different. If they made Monopoly today, 10 people would play, 2 would be in jail the whole time, the railroad railroads would be bankrupt the whole game, utilities would go up with every turn, and one guy would own the bank and all the property. It's true. It's just like the game of checkers. I love listening to people play checkers. They always go, king me, king me, king me, king me. Only one time I hear that is when I listen to Donald Trump. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. Well, I'd like to thank the NRA for having me here. No. But anyway. Moving on. That was good. Thank you. Anyway, moving on. I do like to do different things like, well, you know, the other day I was playing baseball and I hit a foul. I felt bad, but they shouldn't keep chickens on the field. Yeah, but what can I tell you? I think a lot about animals. Like they say, curiosity killed the cat. So I got a bigger leash for my dog named Curiosity. You know, I wonder what dogs are thinking. You know, like when I use the bathroom, does the dog go, hey, I drink out of that? What, you want to know what that's like for me? Go lick the bottom of a fire hydrant. But I have a lot of pets. I had a bat. I had a bat named M. Of course, during the daytime, I had to call it W. Think you'll get it, you know. But, you know, just that way. I mean, I don't understand it all myself. It's just like when people build things, they say, we got to get the bugs out. But what if you're building an ant farm? You know, you got to think about these things. Or people they'll say all kinds of stuff that I don't always understand. Got to think like me. Like if you go to bed at night and you put money under your pillow, does the tooth fairy come and take your teeth? No? I'll take that as a no. Okay. But let's see. How about if people say, I'm under the weather. I'm under the weather. Listen, if you're shorter than 5 miles tall, you're under the weather. But I think about these things. Think like me. Like, if conjoined twins go out dancing, does that prove or disprove that it takes 2 to tango? Yeah, I don't know. Or, you know, they say busy as a bee. But if they worked harder, wouldn't they be A's? Anyway, I try to expand my mind. Somebody said, John, you should, if you want to expand your mind, you should take acid. So I did. I took acid. And all it did was burn my mouth and leave me with an empty car battery. My name's John Lewis. Thank you for laughing. God bless you.